Do you want to discover more joy, peace, and freedom with food, exercise, and your body? Here we bring a compassionate, holistic, and sustainable approach to fitness so you can fully enjoy the life you want and express your unique self with the world. I'm Michelle Roscoe, and I want to help you find fitness freedom. I'm so glad you're here. Do you want to live a healthier lifestyle, but it all feels so overwhelming on top of everything else that you need to do? Are you busy and you want to make the most effective choices for your time? In this 4-part series, Enjoy Total Health, I'm going to be breaking down the 20% activities that will bring you the 80% of your results based on decades of experience, education, my own trial and error, as well as working with over 100 clients over 3 years. I'm giving you the most important tips you need to make to see the biggest improvements of your health. This was originally recorded this summer, 2023, and I want to share it with you. It was originally over 1 hour long, and I'm breaking it up into 4 parts: mindset, exercise, nutrition, and lifestyle, which are the most important things we need to address if we want to make big changes for your health. I enjoyed giving this, and I hope that you enjoy listening to it, that it's absolutely beneficial for you, packed full of value for you. If you enjoy the podcast and you enjoy this episode, please leave a positive review. If you'd like to share your thoughts or questions with me, or even get some free fitness resources you can apply immediately, connect with me on IG at Michelle and Roscoe, or email me at michelle@mlroscoe.com. I can't wait for you to get a hold of this information and apply it to your life so you can see improvements in your health. Enjoy. Okay. So let's get into the lifestyle, the part that some of you are excited about. It's important to remember, and with my coaching and the way that I approach health and fitness is a holistic approach. We're not just physical beings, we're emotional, we're mental, we're social, spiritual, environmental. All of these things affect us. So number one, remembering that you are a whole person. And what do I mean by that? You're not just a body. I mean, your body is super important. You also have a brain, heart, gut, and soul, however you want to see it. You're more than just someone who wants to reach a fitness goal. You have all these roles in your life. Maybe you're a spouse, you're a partner, parent, child, sibling, employee. Maybe you're an employee or employer, you're a citizen, friend. You have all of these roles. So you've got to address your fitness from this perspective. Think about all the parts of your beings and how they affect your health and how they're affected by your health, and how your different relationship roles affect your health. How does being a partner affect your health? How does being an employee affect your health? Or being a child or daughter or a son to your parents? Or how do they affect your health? How are all of the parts of you connected? And how can you incorporate and make fitness a part of all of your life? And this goes into the identity aspect too. Not just being a fit person as a friend, but a fit person as a daughter or a fit person as a partner. How can you use these different aspects of you and to support your fitness? Like, you're a wonderful human being with unique gifts and interests and experiences. How can you tie all of that into your fitness? How can you welcome all parts of you into fitness? Wouldn't that be cool, instead of seeing yourself as all these separate things? Next thing is time and routine. And this is a practical thing that is difficult. So when it comes to stress, motivation, time challenges, busyness, this is for you. Pay attention. Time as we know it, with the 24 hours and 12 hours, this is a man-made concept or woman-made concept, or whatever, human-made concept, to help us all be on the same page about things. But we all run our lives by a clock to some degree, especially if you go to a work where you have like that 9-to-5 kind of schedule. So if you want to it's kind of like money. Like, money is important. I could probably put money in here too in some way. If you want to make your fitness goals a part of your life and keep it a part of your life, we have to become a master of time and routine and become better at managing it, because no one's going to give you time. If you're saying, I'll do more when I have more time, it is probably not going to happen. It's more a matter of doing what's important to you now. That's like if you're dating someone or like trying to see someone there, they're like, they don't want to see you and they're like, I'll see you when I have more time. Of course, we have busier times in our lives, but if they're constantly saying that, you're going to be like, they're probably not interested, right? It's kind of like we do that with ourselves with fitness. It's like, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. And something always comes up. So you have to give up the excuse if I'm too busy. I know it's hard and it's something you want to hold on to really tight. If you say this, you really want to hold on to it. You want to justify it because you are busy. And I believe that you are so busy, but take out that too. You're not too busy to take care of yourself. Everyone is busy. And of course, some people have more busyness than others, but it's really a matter of priorities. So instead of saying, I don't have time to work out, or I don't have time to go, eat well, or I don't have time to spend on myself, just try saying, you don't have to even change anything. Just start saying, it's not important to me, and see how that feels. I don't have time to work out. Working out is not important to me right now. Because it's okay if it's true. It's okay if it's not important to you right now, but at least you're approaching it from an empowered place rather than, I don't have enough time. It's like, you know what? This is not the most important thing. And then you can see where your priorities really are. Okay. So time. You have enough time. How do you make time for your health? Well, think about the other things in your life. How do you make time for your relationships? How do you make time for your work? How do you make time for entertainment? How do you make time for TikTok? Use those same skills for your fitness. Maybe that means scheduling it in. Maybe it means making it a part of your morning routine or your evening routine, or maybe it's just like, you know what? I operate best when I just force myself to do things. I'm just going to force myself to do it. I'll feel better after. Maybe that works for you. Maybe you need to work on your environment to make it easier. So start with the assumption that you can and you will. So the question becomes, how can I? If this is important to you, and of course it is important. It's good for your body, but if it's important to you. And number 3, this is probably one of my favorites. We talked about our relationships with fitness and our bodies and food and stuff. But how about your relationship with others? Check this. Relationships are the number one determinant of a long, healthy life. They did lifelong studies of people for decades, tracked them, and they found that the quality of our lives depend on the quality of our relationships. So we're talking about health here, and we think of food and exercise and sleep and self-care and therapy and all that stuff. Those are great, but our relationships are the most important part of our lives. And I know that the relationships can be difficult, and they all reflect our relationship with ourselves. So it's important to work on our relationship with ourselves. But loneliness and social isolation is as harmful. Feeling that sense of loneliness is as harmful as smoking about a pack of cigarettes a day. So, we kind of, judge people maybe who smoke a lot or as unhealthy or whatever. But loneliness is just as harmful. That's pretty profound. This is making me want to hang out with someone after this. Joyful, healthy relationships with others are what we thrive on. Even if you're an introvert, you need relationships in your life. So prioritize your social health, surrounding yourself with loving support, whether it be professional therapists, groups, individuals, friends, family. It's going to be the biggest predictor of your health. And I will say, just personal observation is what you put out, you get back. So if you feel like, there's no one in my area, I don't have good friends, be the first one to initiate. Go out and text someone, call someone. I'm constantly checking in on my friends to see how they're doing. And I find that people check in on me. It might not be the same people, but you kind of get what you put out there. So if you feel like you're missing something, be willing to take initiative and put it out there first and see it come back to you. So surround yourself with people who are positive and supportive of your healthy actions, because it's going to make a difference for the actions that you take, right? Your environment, important. And so put yourself in environments with people where making healthy choices is the norm. You could join a program with group and individual support. You could join a local workout group, go to a workout class, whatever works for you. Maybe join an online group. The more you can, and do all of them, even better, do all of them. The more you can surround yourself with support in your fitness, the easier and more fun it will be. And last one. Okay, last one. Stress and recovery. We're coming up. This is the last of the 4-4, and we're about 5 minutes away from the hour. Your stress levels, sleep quality, and the amount of recovery you get play huge roles in how you train and how you eat, because it's all connected. And this is so fascinating, and I love thinking about this and talking about this. So I'm not going to get into all of it. But in order to become stronger, your recovery must be greater than your stress. And this is where a lot of us are missing the piece, especially if you feel like you don't have motivation, you feel stressed all the time. This is for you. There's a difference. And I was just listening to a podcast by someone who spends her whole life thinking about stress. And she said something to this effect. I was like, oh, good. I'm glad that it's being confirmed by her. There's a difference between stressors and stress. Stressors are outside influences that can cause stress. And stress is what actually happens in our body in reaction to our stressors. And the more we can create space between our stressors and our stress and our thoughts about the stress that we experience, the less stress we'll feel, because a lot of the stress that we experience is just being repeated in our brains by our thoughts on repeat, on repeat, on repeat. There's acute stress, short stress, there's chronic stress that we have to deal with, and that's where we can accept things and have other measures. But how do you recover? How do we get relief from that stress? There's two major ways: release and rest. And you can think of release as moving. And people who exercise regularly have greater resilience to stress because they're used to facing stress through exercise, and our bodies become more resilient with it. Movement, any kind of exercise, crying, that's a form of release, laughing, having an orgasm, writing things out, talking it out, recreating, this is all release. These are like the kinds of release stress. And then rest, sleep, stillness, silence, having space, relief from duties like vacation, meditating, having some alone time, solitude. That's how we can rest and recuperate. And we need both of these. So thinking about your own life, what do you need to recover? What do you need to, like, what kind of recovery do you need most? Maybe you sit a lot and you need more movement. Maybe it's been a long time since you've cried. Maybe your life is so busy, your schedule is so full. Maybe you need some quiet and nature or some meditating. Think about what would be most important for you. Because if your stress is higher than your recovery, you're going to get sick and you're going to burn out. If your recovery is stronger than your stress, you're going to get stronger. And we do need stress in our lives. It's good for us. It challenges us. It makes us stronger, but we need more recovery than that stress. So this is a lot, and I'm so happy to have shared this with you. I feel really excited about this. It barely scratched the surface because there's so much more to know and to do. But the most important thing in fitness to remember are these three things. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Have that compassion. Educate yourself. Learn more things. That you don't know what you don't know. So the more you know, the more empowered you can make it. Be empowered in your decisions. And of course, be kind and show up for yourself continually over and over and over again. Fitness is about showing up for yourself. So what now? If you have information but you don't implement it, it's kind of like, oh, that was nice, but what good does it do you? So I'm curious, what's the biggest thing you learned today, and how are you going to implement it into your life? What is the biggest thing? And you can feel free to share this in the chat. You also don't have to share it. It's up to you. I encourage you to write it down, though, in a notebook or on your phone or some notes. You could share it with me too. Feel free to message me. I didn't see that, Kathy, about the Whole Foods. You're good at Whole Foods, but also good at eating bagels. And bagels, there's nothing wrong. There's space for bagels in your diet, right? Make better habits with rest, recovery, yes, and sleep. Thank you for sharing that. I think we could all do better in this, really. I think it's a challenge for lots of us. Yeah, prioritizing routines, the importance of consistency, having that approach to things rather than those bursts of intensity. And honor those bursts too. I wouldn't say to demonize them or feel bad about them. Honor them, but let them give you insights onto how you can do better in the long run. So if you have that burst of energy, let it just spread out a little bit longer, right? Yeah, that's great. And remembering something is better than nothing, continuing to show up day after day in small ways, really minimizes that off and on. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so I'm just going to share a little bit about how I might be able to help you, and then I'm going to open it up for Q&A if you have any. So where was I going? Okay, so if you've been struggling to reach your goals or stay on top of your health, or in any of these areas, really, chances are you've been missing one or more of these things. And I'm not saying that once you have all these things, everything is perfect and fine. We always face challenges, and that's part of growth, and it's fun. So I'm not saying that this is the end all be all, but it's important to have a safe structure, simple steps to follow, scientific strategies, and sympathetic support. And so I'm going to go over what it means. Safe structure. When you're trying to create habits or continue habits, it's important to have a safe place to practice them, where it's okay to fail, where it's okay to ask for help, where you know that there's a solid plan in place, kind of like with that exercise or that nutrition. There's a solid plan, a solid goal. You also need simple steps. So a sequential way to get to your goals in a simple step-by-step way. So it doesn't feel like you have to do everything at once. You can take things one step at a time and make that steady progress. And then everyone is different, but it's important to have those scientific strategies and find what works for you. And so, just not what to do. If I told you, just just eat more whole food, just eat more protein, or just blah, 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 that's great information, but how do you apply it to your life? That's where strategies come in. And then support. And the longer I am in my work and the longer I'm alive, the more I believe that this is probably the most important, is we need support, because we're human, we're social creatures. We need community, we need connection. And this is probably the biggest difference in making the changes you want. Not just any support, but understanding, compassionate, and expert support. So not just like a friend telling you, oh, good job, that's wonderful, and it's great to have that, but someone also who knows what they're talking about. That can be super helpful. So I've put all of this into my program, The Holy Grail of Holistic Health. This is what I've like everything that I've shared with you. It's like this times 100 or times 1,000. And it gives you what you need to become the healthiest you've been. And in 6 months or less, it's a 6-month program. So we cover the awareness, we cover what to improve, how to deepen that relationship with your food and exercise and your body. And with health, we talk about that. Incorporate those changes into your life so that you can be consistent. And then have that mastery in the end. So I couldn't find a good picture of a hero, but I wanted to find a hero, but we're settled for Wonder Woman. She's cool. So this is what I provide in my program: nutrition guidance, progressive workouts based on your goals, individual and group support, all the tools, knowledge, and resources you could need. And that includes education and knowledge, not just me, but beyond me, like outsourcing resources. And it's all online. It's doable anywhere, anytime, any time zone that you are in the world. I love working online. It's so cool. And then in each phase, like I said, we have the mindset, exercise, nutrition, and lifestyle. So you have more energy to do the things that you want. You can really educate and empower yourself to make healthier choices. Feel confident. This is stuff that can happen as a result of following, and being in the program, and stopping the guilt and the shame and the weirdness you feel around food and exercise in your body. So you can stop thinking about that so much and focus your energy more on things that you want to, with your brilliant brain, have your goals met in a sustainable way that can last, and deal with your own individual challenges and overcome them, because there's always things that come up, and use those skills for the rest of your life. And ultimately, really become your healthiest you. Oh, I love this so much. So you can express your unique self with the world and enjoy your fullest life, because that's really what it's all about. It's not just health for the sake of health. It's health because you are a beautiful, wonderful human being who has unique things to share with the world. And when you have your health, you're able to shine more brightly and enjoy the life that you want to live. So if you're curious about that, I kind of shifted things a little bit. I want to make it more of like a group focus. So go here. It's pretty easy to type. And yeah, it's really easy to type. You could go there to start if you want to join. And I want to encourage you. I know, and I know a lot of the times there's a lot of like with like selling, there's a lot of pressure about like you need to do this now or never or blah 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 blah. I don't want to pressure you. I want to encourage you to trust yourself. So if you vibe with me and like what I've shared with you, and you feel like, yeah, that's cool. I would love to work with Michelle. This would be wonderful. We could make a magical team. So trust your inner knowing in this choice. And if you feel like, now's not the time, trust that. But if you know it's time to make a change, also trust that and take action. And know that if you feel some fear or some hesitancy or resistance, that's normal. But I am holding up my hand, both of them actually, eager to support you in whatever way I can. And I would say the best way that I can support you is through this Holy Grail of Holistic Health, the program that I've put my heart and soul into and my knowledge. Okay, we made it. An hour and a half. We did it. I'm proud of myself for doing that. But here is some time to share any questions you might have. What are some questions that you have? Feel free to share them in the chat. I guess at this point too, if you want to come off of mute, I can't see you, but I can hear you. So if you wanted to come off mute and ask a question, or you want to put it in the chat, whatever you want, and I'll answer them to the best of my abilities. And if you don't have any questions, that's fine. This is going to be recorded and there's going to be a replay, so you can watch it again if you'd like. I've done that before. If one time was enough, that's good too. And then for everyone who wasn't here, there were quite a few people who joined but were not here. So they're going to hear your questions as well. Or I'll read out your question. Also, if you have any questions, but you are shy or you want to save it, you could. Aww. Thank you, Kathy. Kathy says, working with Michelle is awesome. I highly recommend her and her program. Thanks, Allison. I didn't see you as a participant. I thought you had disappeared. I'm glad that you're still here. No questions at the time. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You have my email address. You also have my SMS. I'll be sharing some more information about the program in the upcoming days. But I'm so happy that you were able to join. It's like I'm getting approval from God right now with the sunshine coming in. I feel like there should be some. It's so good to have each of you here. I'm so glad that you were joining. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for your time. I don't take it lightly. I know that you are busy. You are busy. So taking an hour out of your life to join this, I wanted to make it worth your time. And I hope that you take something out of this and really apply it so that you can see those changes in your life. And really, I want to say I'm sending so much love to you. I'm here to help, happy to support you if you have any questions or need anything. And have a wonderful day. I'm going to close this off, and I'll talk with you soon. Let's see. How do we end this? I'm going to stop. Yeah, there. Do you want to get the happy, healthy life that you want, that you really want, in a compassionate, sustainable, and holistic way, without the pain or strain, even if you've tried everything and it hasn't worked, or you're a complete fitness noob? Become the hero of your own body, health, and life by joining the Healthy Heroes. It's the most sustainably effective, enjoyable, and comprehensive fitness community to help you live your healthiest life and enjoy your fittest body without having to diet, punish yourself, restrict your food, or strain in pain. You can join as soon as today by clicking the link in the show notes. Let's become the hero of your own health so that you can enjoy your life to the fullest and express your unique self with the world. Hey there, would you like to noticeably strengthen your physical and mental health in just 10 days over the Thanksgiving holiday, at least how we celebrate it in the US? Well, lucky for you, I am holding a squats giving challenge. We will start with 10 squats and 10 things you're grateful for in day 1, and we'll add by 10 each day so that by day 10, you'll be doing 100 squats and listing 100 things you're grateful for, and it will feel relatively easy. It goes from November 15th to the 24th. How can you join? Go to the link in the show notes. Plus, if you complete the challenge, you win the chance to get the 30-day Healthy Jumpstart program for free. This is a win-win for you. There are so many other bonuses and exciting things along the journey. Go to the link in my bio to register. Can't wait for you to join.